Hello and welcome to the Green Umbrella Live Lunch. We've just got a couple of weeks now till Christmas and the Christmas break where, we love all the festivities, but it's also quite nice to know that Thursday, 12 o'clock that week, we can just take a break. Now, this week, we've got a guest on, which is the fabulous Mikey Spice. But I don't know, literally, we jumped into the green room and Mike joined us and everything was amazing, and then his signal dropped out and we've gone live and now he keeps freezing on me, so I'm thinking, oh god, I don't know what's going to happen in this next hour, but it's all going to be good. It's all going to be good. Mike, are you there? No, he's not.
I feel like this is when you watch like these TV interviews and they're in like Australia or something, and there's that really awkward delay.
Yeah, Oh, you go. He's moved. He's gone into.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. He's gone. He's back.
Oh my god!
This is the excitement we need on a live stream. I tell you. It's gone from what?
First time you've tuned into live lunch.
I am back. Sorry. Right, I've changed location.
Oh, change location and he's still freezing. Nightmare. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Kim, how's your week been?
Good, thanks. What have I done this week? I don't even know. I'm too tired. I didn't get to bed till late last night, so.
And why was that?
I was out partying. I wasn't. I was at a stand-up comedy gig show thing. So we didn't get back till late. Maybe should stand by the router. Maybe Paul. So yeah, I'm good. I think. Just trying to sort everything out before Christmas, and I'm mentally done now. I think.
It's it gets a bit much, doesn't it? I am headed into Christmas now. I've not even started. There's not a single Christmas decoration. I haven't bought a present. I'm just I'm so not ready for it this year. And normally I'm like bringing the Christmas at home. But yeah, it's just not happening this year. Just not happening. So
Paul, I was teaching Chris Ramsey how to be a stand-up comedian.
Right. Mike has left the building and he's come back again. So let's see if it's working this time. How are we doing, Mike?
I'm back. Hey, how you doing? I'm in a better location. I've had to run to another location. But do you know what? I know this is about keeping fit. Hopefully I didn't take that long in actually getting to the new location.
No, you were good. Your sprinting is on it, definitely. So, Mike, introduce yourself, because people have no idea what we're going to be talking about today at this point. They've got no idea who you are. Obviously, I know you pretty well. Kim's met you a couple of times now. So, yeah, give us the intro.
Okay, well, I'm trainer Mikey Spice, and I help people regain confidence to look and feel better regarding about how they see themselves every day within the mirror. And I do that by working with people in person, in groups, in small groups, and also online.
Excellent. And you're all about fitness, exercise, nutrition, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and mindset as well. With the end product is that when you look in the mirror, you will look and feel different about how you feel about yourself.
I think this is the thing. So the reason we've brought Mike on is that obviously there's been some changes in my physical appearance over the course of this year, and people are like, "Oh my God, Christina, like you've lost a bit of weight," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've kind of lost a small person." I was at an event last week, and someone was like, "Christina, you've got taller," because I wanted to say something a bit different. But it is there's no mad crash trendy diet. There's no anything. There's just been shifts in my mindset and living on purpose and being happy. And then all of a sudden it was like I found I was losing some weight. So I rang up my mate Mikey Spice and went, yeah, I probably need to do something. Oh, bless you, Paul. Yeah, so I rang up my mate Mikey and said, yeah, I probably need to do something to leverage what's going on already. And we've had quite a lot of conversations, haven't we, Mike, about exactly that, what you see in the mirror, what the drivers are, what the objectives should be. And I know you've got a system behind all of this as well. Do you want to tell us about your system?
Yeah, it's my desire system. And desire is about, I suppose, everything in life. It starts with like discovering of where you're at. Now, a lot of people get put off from doing things because they feel that they're not good enough, or they're not capable of doing that. And the D stands for just really discover on where you're at. Because once you discovered where you're at, then from then you can move forward. Because the next part is the S. It's to set a standard. You know what you're like at your worst that you can ever be. So from there, there's only one direction, which is up. Yeah. So that's where it comes about, setting the standard to say, I am not going to go any lower than what I'm capable of doing right now. Then the next one is A, to put an action plan. And that's where I come in and help a lot of my clients, where I'll look at like where we're at right now. Where do we need to go? What things do we need to put in place regarding our training, mindset, nutrition? Okay. Then the next one is the R. We're always in this one where we're refining the process. So what I mean is that sometimes you may do it like you've set out a pattern, but however, can we make some small, minute tweaks to improve it? And we always live in the R. In anything that we do, I'm always in the R. I'm always refining my process. Maybe not even training, but anything in life. And then at the end of it is the E. We've got to evaluate where we've come from, and then where we're at right now. And if we want to make more changes, we've got to go back to the R and just refine it even more, or go back to the D and discover what the next level is. So that's my process and my philosophy. Yeah, not only to training, but to life. And that's how I was able to keep training for so many years and get people also involved in training.
Yeah. So you've been doing this a long time, and I know you've got so for me, I lost a bunch of weight years ago and was running every day. Absolutely loved my running. Then I hit an injury, which meant I couldn't run anymore. Under medical advice, and then the weight just piled back on again. And my mindset at the time, this is a conversation that we had when I first started working with Mike. My mindset was I was scared of training because I didn't want to go back to that bad place of being in pain, being immobile. And it just completely screwed with my mindset around anything exercise related. But Mike, tell us your story, because I know you just understood straight away where I was coming from.
Yeah, I have, because I've had two crucial injuries I have. And do you know what I mean? I always remember when I was a kid, injury can be a worst person's athletes. It's an athlete's worst nightmare. And I snapped my Achilles. So I had to restart my whole fitness journey, and from the beginning, learning on the basics on how to walk again. And I went through challenges with myself where I questioned a lot. Am I capable? Can I do this? And I had to, same again, use that same formula, the desire, which is to discover where exactly am I and what's going to happen. And I had to walk through that process. And the same happened again. I got another injury where I did a meniscus and ACL injury, and had to learn to walk again for the second time. But now everything's all sorted, and I'm back on a nice road again. So I knew when Christina come to me, she was a bit unsure about what she's capable to do with her body. But through just getting her to understand what she's supposed to be feeling and what she's not supposed to be feeling, there was a way for us to work forward and for her to build up a confidence and build up strength. And now she's doing things that she didn't even think she's capable of doing. And that's part of
sometimes things I don't bloody want to do, Mike, let's be honest.
Yeah, but you see, I know that you're capable of doing it, but however, I love giving it to Christina. Christina's been like a beautiful client where she's willing to, I'm willing to discover. And that's what I ask people to do. Just willing to discover, are you capable or aren't you? And it doesn't matter if you can't do it, it's all right. We've discovered it, but we can work at it now do you know what I mean? But what we can't be scared to do, okay, is not discover and tell us loads of things before we actually get started.
Absolutely. So let's talk about setting standards, right? Because we're at a time of year where they're switching off from all this stuff now because they're about to go fill their faces with all the chocolate and the mince pies, and Kim's being attacked by a puppy. So yeah, but we're going into a time of year where everyone just like they forget about the exercise, they fill their faces, they're eating, they're drinking, they're doing everything that they know not to do, or to an extreme they know they shouldn't be going to. And then the 1st of January, they're going to go, I'm going to go and join the gym, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to lose loads of weight. I'm going to go alcohol free. I'm going to whatever it might be. So let's talk about setting standards, because I think this is I know for me, it's like I've had to really think about what those standards look like. And they're not necessarily big grand plans. It's been for me about what's manageable. And Kim, I know I think Mike might have frozen again. Kim, I know obviously you've started recently on a sort of, going to the gym and improving, not like I'm going to lose loads of weight and I'm going to get really fit, but actually how do I improve my lifestyle?
Wow, it was a little bit of the other as well.
Oh, he's back. He's back. We got you, Mike.
Are we there? I'll just carry on talking. Yeah. Oh, bye, Mike. So yeah, was it back in October? I think I met with a local PT in the Daventry area, and we had a chat, and I was just absolutely terrified because it's that fear, isn't it? I was like, I ain't going to be able to go into the gym and do this, that, and the other. And literally within an hour of speaking to her, you make up all these BS excuses. I haven't got time. I can't afford it. And what's really irritating about this woman is she sat and she was like, how often do you go out? How many takeaways do you have a month? How many do you do this? Do you do this? And she's writing it all down and she goes, so you can afford it then? And he's like, damn. So yeah, so I signed up with her, and now I go 2, maybe 3 times a week. And yeah, I'm really sorry. There's a dog just hovering above the camera. And yeah, it's just Teddy. And yeah, it's just helped me no end. Like Jessie's great. She's amazing. She's coming on live lunch in January, and I like it because it's not just about the fitness. She actually cares. We go on walks, we do coffee dates together, and she's all about like the mindset and everything. And if I'm having a crap day, and she's just brilliant. Personal stuff as well as the PT stuff. So yeah, it's going all right. It's going all right.
So what standards do you think you've set when it comes to this sort of area of your life now?
What do you mean? Well, so like I have to, one of my things is once I've done the school run in the morning, I have to go out for a walk. If I don't do that, I'm in a foul mood for the rest of the day. So I have to get most of my steps in for the day. But like, I don't know, there's lots of different things that I've changed. So it's hard to pinpoint exactly what the PT stuff is. But yeah, just like places I go, things that I do, just, yeah, lots of different things.
Do you know, I think I've got this real thing now. It's like training when you really don't want to train. Like last night, I was like driving. So Mikey's based in Birmingham. So it probably, like for people that know the area, it probably seems a bit mad that I go all that way. But I've known him a long time, and we've had lots of conversations over the time that I've known. Like the sun's coming out now. You see me getting all angelic.
I feel like this live lunch has gone really well.
I'm like, this is amazing, right? I have to put this so now there's actually like natural light coming in. I need to block it out and put my ring light on so you can see me. Yeah, like sometimes I just don't want to do it. Just don't want to do it. And I think setting the standard is about having a discipline sometimes as well. And discipline is in everything that we do, right?
Yeah. I'm very much made accountable. Every single day I have to send her proof of my steps and proof of the calories that I've tracked. Even if I go over, she says, I want you to tell me that you've gone over. There's no point lying, because at the end of the day, I'm only like lying to myself. But yesterday, so Wednesday is my usual day for a PT session, and I was at the stand-up gig last night, so I had to move my session. But because it was Wednesday, my body knew. I was laying on the sofa. I was like, oh, can't be. I could have just slept all afternoon. It's cold, it's raining, it's miserable. But I was like, no, get up. And I got up and I went to the gym by myself. That would never have happened. So when you're saying about the standard, it's like, no, come on, you need to do this. Like, I'm much more consistent now, because I'd like to say that I'm not lazy. I'm just undisciplined.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know me, I'm a million miles an hour. I'm all or nothing. But it's like when the dopamine levels drop a little bit, I'm like, oh, what's the next shiny thing? So it's really important that I've got Jess to be just on my ass every single day. So you got your steps in yet? I'm like, no. She's like, well, get your shoes on then. It's only 5 o'clock. I'm like, but it helps. It works, you know?
It's accountability. It's accountability. And again, this is anything that's not your natural thing. It's not your natural go-to. I think you need an element of accountability. Like we have it with our clients, marketing wise. Yeah. You know, posting on LinkedIn isn't their go-to, so they need accountability for us to make sure it happens.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like knowing, you know, and Mike sort of said it. There are things like, now I know there are things I can do. If I know it's a day where I've got loads of calls, I'm in front of this screen all day, I'm like, I might get off the call. We've done it before now. We've been talking and I've like literally started doing tricep dips on the sofa. You're like, what?
I've got a picture of that somewhere.
So I might not do a workout, but like in between calls, I've done some tricep dips. I've been walking. I've done some circles or whatever it is. With, you know, and it is knowing actually there are things you can do that are exercise that I wouldn't have thought about as using my body.
Yeah. Like, so when I first went into the gym, I'm not joking, I struggled to even do one sit-up. It was hard work. Like now I can run for a little bit, not massive amounts of time, but I couldn't do that before. Sit-ups, like I think Jess had me doing like 120 the other day. Obviously with like breaks in between, but yeah, and then once you start doing it, the more that you start doing it, it's obviously like common sense, but it just gets easier and easier and easier. Should we send out a search party for? I say we just get again.
I've got my phone just says. You see my eyes going. I'm like, is he messaging? Like, what's happening? What's happening? He will be absolutely devastated. I think we got just that second of him in the car going, no.
I mean, I think the Mikey thing we should maybe just reschedule, because it's clearly not working, is it?
Yeah, we'll get him on again. He's got his own gym, and I could tell from where he was. He's in the gym, so it's one of those things. We'll probably do it from home next time. But it's like, you think when you start working, like going to the gym is like overwhelming. Like for the first time, when it's not your thing, it's overwhelming. Even now, there is, for me, the idea of walking into a big gym when everyone's working out, I just like not feeling like feeling. Where's he gone now?
I'm back. Sorry, apologies. I had some technical issues with my mobile phone. I've had to go to another phone.
Oh,
okay.
God.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Can you see me? Okay. I've had some technical issues and I had to go to another phone. For some reason, this other phone has just died out. But hey, well, I discovered that basically this phone's no good. That's what I've discovered. So I'm using Vizia right now. Yeah. and 3 is not a good network. O2 is a lot better, so that's what I discovered. So I'll be talking to them later today.
Excellent, excellent.
Other
Cool.
network
So
providers are available.
we've so Paul Green's asked, how many phones does this boy have?
Oh, okay. That's a great question. I have 2 phones.
One for birds, one for business.
Yeah, one's a business, and this is my business phone, and this is my personal phone. So my personal phone's no good, and like, yeah, it's terrible.
All good, all good. So we were just talking about setting standards, and Kim was sort of saying about like making sure she gets a walk in, and how her attitude's changed around like making sure she gets the session in at the gym and that sort of stuff. And we were basically just sort of getting into the mindset shifts that come around setting those standards.
Yeah. No, it's great because setting standards is very important, and I set some standards when I was a lot younger, from the age of 18, and I've kept to those standards up to today. And the standard could be anything that you want it to be, what you want it to, what you want to put out. So 2 of my main standards was, one, when I was able to lift a certain amount, I always remember how long.
Oh God!
Oh bless, but he keeps trying. He keeps trying to jump back
This
in.
is so painful.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
in physical
I was
pain.
gonna say, yes, right. I was saying that I set a standard to do the bench press to lift 100 kg, and what I did, I also gave myself a number, and I said that I want to be able to lift 100 kg for 10 reps, and I've stuck to that standard for at least at least two decades. Okay. Wow. And what it's enabled me to do is enabled me to keep a certain physique, due to the fact I haven't let myself go below. Now, anytime I get close to struggling to do it for 10 reps, I know that I need to make changes in my lifestyle for me to get further back up. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But there must be times where you're just not feeling it, or so like last night when I turned up with you, I like to train, I was just not in the headspace at all, was I? You were like, I see where she is, and then we did a completely different set to what we did was completely different to what you'd intended. And so I think there are times where if I wasn't working with you, I probably wouldn't have done anything. I'd have come home, I'd have had my cup of coffee or whatever, and probably like had a bottle of wine and done the exact opposite of train and look after myself. But there's probably times as well, like I know when I was on holiday, you were on holiday, and so we'd had a couple of weeks between sessions, and physically I couldn't do what I'd done last time we'd been together, and that was pissing me off basically. So in those moments, like when the standards that you've set, you've got those mental and or physical challenges meeting those standards, what's your answer then?
And that's an awesome question. What's helped me keep my standards of when I'm going off? I have a iPhone community, and I see everything that you're doing. Yeah. So I'm aware of what you're doing when you're sitting down, when you're moving, and you can also see mine. There's times when that watch goes off, and I know some of my colleagues, they're working on what I should be doing. Okay. So accountability plays a lot in my life, that I've got other people in my community that keep me accountable. And when I don't show up, they're showing up on my behalf. And I know when I do meet up with them, okay, then I can feel a sense of, you know what, I'm still on my game, I'm still moving forward. Or I can meet up with them and feel even more terrible due to the fact that I've seen what they were doing and I didn't take note. And this is the way I'm performing. And who can I blame? Myself.
Mm.
I've got a saying, don't cry about getting started. Cry to keep on going.
I like that. Paul's just asked in the comments, what started you on this journey?
And
What
do
got
you know,
you started?
Thank you. I always thought mine was an emotional attachment. So this is why when I talk with so much passion about this, because I'm probably emotionally damaged and like I don't want to ever feel this again. And I made a pact myself, it ain't never gonna happen. Do you know what mine was? Mine was emotionally being accepted. I wasn't accepted. My backstory is when I was in infant school, everyone used to pick me first. Like when we stand up in the line, like Mike, I used to be the first one. And then what happened is complacency got in my life. And then I went from being picked first to being not being picked at all. And the final pinnacling point was when one of my friends from Canada, I wanted to start playing basketball, I started to get into it. And I remember that we stood up on the line, everyone got picked. I walked over to where his team was, and he walked up to me and said, listen, go stand on the sideline. I'd rather you watch from the side than you play on the court with me. That's all I needed. When I heard that, that was an instant shift in my mental physiology. And I went back home, told my brother I cried, and I said, nobody's ever going to make me feel like that ever again. So when I show up, okay, I show up with full purpose of making change and I'm present in the moment due because of that, because I don't want to feel that somebody's going to make me feel like that. Like, it's all right, Mike, you don't have to play. You don't have to do anything. Yeah. So that's the reason how I got started. And I went on after that to not beat him, destroy him. That's my competitive edge. I didn't want to beat him. After him upsetting me like that, it wasn't about me just beating him. I wanted to destroy him. And I did that, and I went on to play National League basketball. So that was the best thing he ever said to me. And in years later, I went back up to him and I said, yo, the best thing, you probably don't remember, but it hurt me very bad. And I said that you said something to me that made me change my life, and I thank you for that.
Love that.
That's such an excellent driver, isn't it? Such an excellent driver. And so many people would let something like that then affect their behaviour throughout life in quite a negative way. So I absolutely love that. And I imagine when you had your injuries, and I know you had a car accident as well, didn't you, that affected you physically?
Yeah.
So imagine all these physical challenges, and just getting older, your body's not well. I think your body's probably all right, Mike. So I'll speak for myself, but you can't do the things that you used. Like that was the thing with I was running 5K a day 10, 15 years earlier, and like I pissed off that I can't do that now, even though like my body's just not. I haven't used it, so it can't do it. But you don't think logically, but that. To have that story there, to have that drive, I don't want to get back there again, is like to have these challenges in terms of the injuries, in terms of the accident. That's probably what's just pushed you forward, right?
Yeah, it has. And it's helped me in many ways, even in business today. When times get tough and the rest of it, I go to this different person that becomes more super focused. It is scary at times. It is scary at times. I'm always wary about it, but I'm saying is that so far in the last like 2 decades, it's shown up and it's really helped my purpose of showing up, and I want to be there as a person of influence and authority. And I'm like, right, we've got to make this happen, not only for them but also for myself.
I love that. I love that. One of the conversations we've had, and I think this is it's one of the reasons I wanted you to come on and chat. So we've had the conversation a couple of times where you've been like, Christina, what is it you want? Like, what is the objective? What is it we're trying to achieve? And I'm like, I don't know. And again, I think people they'll head into the new year and they're going to like, I'm going to go on a fitness thing, and I'm going to join the gym and all that sort of stuff. But they've not really got, it might be I want to lose 2 stone in the next 3.5 minutes. But there's like, but there's no.
Can you do that?
I think everyone thinks they can. But there's like, they're looking for the magic pill, but there's not that real there's not a real intention there. And is that something is it just me you have to have those conversations with? Or
No,
is it
no. Even today, Christina, I had to turn down somebody to work with her. She wants to work with me, and when I sat down and I really asked her, and I asked her today, I was like, give me 3 of your top values. What do you value much? And the values didn't fall into line of really what she wants. So it was something that she kind of wanted. Listen, one thing I realized about health and fitness, okay, not only about, you get to look and feel great and stuff like that, but one thing that really hit home to me is that it's all about independence. Now, what you class as independence and what I class as independence is maybe 2 different levels or wherever it is. But my independence is that, okay, I don't want anybody to be able to look after me. Okay. And I want to be independent, that if there was a mountain up there, I'm going to see what the top of the mountain looks like. If it's something that, okay, I've got to carry something, I don't want to have to ask somebody and go, listen, are you free on this day and the rest of it? I don't want that. I'll just pick it up myself and do it. So when it comes to independence, I like a high level of independence that I haven't got to depend on nobody. And if I've got to, then it means that I'm really, really asking you. But majority of things, I'll do myself. So the question is, when you're doing these things, you really need to be asking yourself, what level of independence do you want in your life? Then if you want a high independence of what I've got, then it means that you've got to train a little bit more harder. You've got to be able to push yourself. You want to see the beautiful, luxurious views and stuff that I get a chance to see, then you got to be able to, put a little bit more work on. But if that's not for you, and you just want to be able to go to the shop and just carry your groceries back, then you don't have to work at my intensity.
I love that. I love that you brought values into it, because values are so important. I'm wondering now though, so yeah, when we first spoke, why did Paul's just put in the comments, right, because Paul's known me really well. He said, so basically you're fussy, Mike, and yeah, I still got through. But I am thinking, from those first conversations we've had, I was like, what was the signal then that was like, yeah, I can work with her?
You needed guidance. You had something there, but you didn't know what it was. But I knew that you wanted to be a better individual than you once was. Yeah. And there was something missing that you needed to take you to the next level. And it was, you wanted to show up with energy. Yes. Your work ethic's there. But the only thing is, when you're showing up, I always say to my son when he goes into the boxing, how are you showing up? Are you just turning up and you're like, hey, I'm present. How you doing? Or you showing up but you're like, I'm here. There's a difference. And you wanted, for me, what I felt from your energy, you had enough of showing up and like, I'm here. You want to show up and say, right, I'm here.
Yeah.
That was the difference. And that's what I felt from your energy.
Definitely. And do you know what? I think, like, it's funny because we have all these areas of life. So from a business, from a career work perspective, I always show up with fire. But then, like, hanging out with the grandchildren, it's like you're exhausted. like being able to, you know, run around at the playground with them, or you know, it's that like be up and down and up and like, especially when they were little, carrying them up and down the stairs to bed and that sort of stuff. And you just end up being a little bit like, okay, I'm struggling. Who's fiddling? I can hear loads of clicking.
It's not me.
Not me.
It's weird.
No, it stopped.
Stopped. I wonder if it's one of our mics, maybe. But yeah, it was about looking in all areas of life.
It's definitely Mike.
You think it is? I'm
It's
gonna
definitely me.
Are you moving the phone around?
No?
It's not Paul.
Not cool. It's weird. Yeah, so it's when I speak, isn't it?
It's you.
Do you think it is?
Yeah.
Does it happen when I talk?
No, it's not you. It's you. You're the problem, Christina.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm always the freaking problem. Okay, so well, I'm going to ask you a question, Mike, and then you've got to talk for ages. I don't know how we get all this clicking.
Okay, go on.
So obviously I come to you and work face to face, but you do a lot of online stuff as well. And I think online, like I was very anti the online stuff. How do you make an online work for you?
How was online work for me?
Yeah, so like I was really anti doing the online stuff, working with the PT.
Yeah,
so if people are thinking, oh, it won't be the same, like what makes it work?
Okay, what makes it work? Because you still get accountability. You still get accountability that a program set for you to do. You can still film yourself when you're unsure and send it over to your coach, where I can look at it and tell you where you're actually going wrong. The numbers, okay, it's the numbers that matter. That's what really matters. The numbers, how many times you turn up to the gym, the numbers on how many reps you do, the numbers on how many sets you do. And you know, and I know if you're not working at the level you should be, because the numbers will remain the same or they may even go down. But so long as our numbers are moving in the right direction where they're going up, then everything will change.
That's a good one.
Yeah. One of my clients messaged me today and she's in the gym right now. Okay. And she put all the teaching points that I talk about. Yeah. So she's still getting me there, but I'm not there. I'm in her head.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Having Mike in your head. Like I said, there are days where I'm like, yeah, I've not really moved around. And then my watch goes off and it's like Mikey Spice has just finished a workout. And I'm like, shit.
But it's not just shit. It's everybody. Everyone rings me up like, Mike, Jimmy, when I was doing Date with Destiny, yeah, and I was doing it, everyone knew, like, Mike's doing something. He's not moving. We haven't heard any notifications from him. And that's what it's all about. So you still get accountability, even though you're not seeing me in person. I just need to specify that basically working with me in person, all it is that you get to learn more about the techniques and I'm actually there in front of you. But I'm only there until the point that you feel confident to do it by yourself.
But I don't like doing it by myself, right? Because when I do it by myself, I get a bit like complacent. And this is the standards thing, isn't it? I know that's what you can say. It's what it comes back to. So like Kim, you're really good. You do your sessions and then you go to the gym on your own as well, right? So like how have you found that element of it? You then go to the gym on your own as well, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. So the difference is that when I'm on my own, I probably do stop before I would when Jessie's there going, come on, and she's like, no, don't stop. So there is that sort of I've got lots of mates, thanks Paul, just not you. Yeah, there is that. I much prefer it when Jessie's with me, because when I'm going, I can't, and she's just like 5 more seconds, one more. Whereas I think when I'm doing it on my own, I'm like, yeah, that's enough. Like, I still give it a bloody good go. But I do find it easier, I guess, even with anybody else with me. It kind of spurs you on. But Jessie's very scary, so she's the. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, 1 sec. Jess has left me with the dog, and it's about to pull a Christmas tree down.
Go rescue the tree. You know, there is as well. I'm going to mute Mike for a second. There is as well, for me, there's because I like working at that point where I feel like I almost can't do it. But then there's that fear of, dropping the barbell on yourself, or it like it's just something going wrong, because it's like there's no one there with you, because I'm constantly pushing the limits. And I'm like that in everything I do. Like, how do I push the limit? How do I push the limit? And it's like, when we're training, if I can't do something I've done previously, I get really pissed off. And Mike's really good at nudging me when I'm like having a little strop, because I'm like, didn't do that. Go on, Mike, you're unmuted.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna say to that is, listen, you're always gonna come with anything in life, come with gratitude. About gratitude that you're at the gym and that you've made it. 2, when you're working at a high standard or where you're is, there's gonna be days where you're gonna be able to totally smash it at the gym. And there's going to be days when you're turning up and you're not fully at there. But you've also got to give yourself a pat on the back that you actually made it and you're doing it, okay? Until that time where it comes where it's like, I've had enough. And that's where you go like total in yourself, yes? So what I'm going to say is, but it goes back to the numbers. The numbers will tell you where you're at. The numbers will tell you how much effort you're putting in and what you're truly capable of. And if you're off by a certain amount of numbers, and the reps will. So it's all in the numbers. Makes sense?
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you had a bad training session like one day, that it's going to be you for the rest of the weeks. So don't be afraid if you don't hit your best or you don't do. But I'm saying know within your well-being that you're capable of doing it.
Yeah. Paul's just asked in the comments. So he's asked a couple of questions. So he's asked, is there an activity app that we track progress in? And he's like, Chris, like, so I'm known for I like a bit of data. So I'm known for having the odd spreadsheet or two. So he's like, do you have numbers in a spreadsheet? So obviously, Mike, I know how you work. So tell us about that, but also tell people what can people do? Like, what's the best way of them tracking this stuff?
Okay, and that's a great way. The system I use, I've got my own system where I get to, when my clients all finish their workouts, a notification comes back to me to let me know that they've done it, and I can go in and view what they've been doing. Alongside that, there's Apple. Apple have got a community where basically we all can connect up via watch, and I can also see what my clients are doing, and they can see what I'm doing. So these are little features that you've got to build more accountability, as well as, I know that what's it called again? Fitbit have got one. Okay, Fitbit have got one. Yeah, okay, some guys. Fitbit's got one. and there's another one, but there are more companies coming out with watches that connect up, that you can track your workout, how long you spend how long you spent working out, and also about how many steps you're doing, and it also can monitor your sleep as well. But it's different from a coach's app that actually puts all the workouts together for you. So I just want to make that known. Paul, I hope that makes sense to you.
Yeah. One of the things that is really good, but I'm not a fan of, is when we start, like the first day, you were like, right, we're going to take some photos.
Oh, the photos.
Okay, yeah, and you know, I'm thank you for mentioning that. I'm going to tell you something right now. Okay. Most of my clients, when I mention about the photos, everyone comes with the same expression that you're doing. Okay. But okay, after, okay, they will die for that picture. I'll be like, and they go, this is the way it goes. The conversation goes like this, Mike. I'm like, yeah. You know that photo you took of me, like when we, you know, when I first came, and I'm like, oh, you mean the photo that I took, and you said it, you didn't want nobody to see, you didn't even want to see it yourself. They're like, yeah, that's the photo. I'm like, what about that photo? Please, can you send it to me? I'm like, oh, so you want me to send that photo that you never wanted to see it ever again? Like, please, I'll do anything just to get that photo. So the moral of the story is this: the photo that you don't want to do, make sure you do it, because that's the photo you're gonna need in 6 months from now, a year from now, and you'll look back and you'll be like, you know what? I am so glad I took that photo.
Yeah, Jess sent me mine the other day, and she sent me a comparison. There is definitely a difference. And I was just like, oh, Jess. And then 2 minutes later, it came up, Jess has tagged you in a post on Instagram. I was like, no. Luckily, it was a different post. But the fear that was that came off, like, nobody wants to see that photo. Nobody. Like you say, Mikey, I don't even want to see it just yet. But
yeah, but that's the photo that's gonna make you feel so amazing. And to know that, like, I'm no longer that person I was before. My habits, my attitude, my self-beliefs, they're all gone. So, do you mean?
I think sometimes, sorry, Mike, I muted you quick because I was going to chip in. I think sometimes as well, though, the physical changes happen quicker than the mindset changes. So I know when we took our second set of photos and you were like, can you see the difference? I was like, no.
Yeah.
So,
No.
yeah, go for it, Mike.
Yeah. No, and you're right. You're right. When it comes to, these are the things that regarding mindset that people don't see. People sometimes see the physical changes in their body, but they're looking like, oh, I get it. But sometimes you get it, but you don't fully get it. I remember, like, in the sense of, like, some clients I've worked with in the past, people never used to notice them. They used to say, like, I don't get noticed. And then it went from, hey, everyone sees me. And I'm like, yeah, these things start happening, get more attention. Okay. You become more confident in a place. Before you wouldn't really voice your opinion. But now you'll make these changes where you're like, you know, I am gonna give my opinion. Yeah. Your clothes size, you sometimes go back and you think, oh, you know what? I'll wear this. And you're thinking that you're the same person, and you pull it out and you're like, what the hell? Like, there's no way I'm wearing this.
I've just had that over Christmas, like all the dinners and the balls and the awards and things. Like, I've got like 10 dresses and they are all like massive. And there's like literally one dress I can wear that I can get away with. And even that is too big. It's like, yeah.
You need to go shopping now.
I need to get that
Yeah,
sorted.
this isn't a fad. Do you know what I mean? This isn't just, it's just, you need to go shopping now. So Emma, I know Emma's watching. Drag your mother to Milton Keynes and take her shopping, please.
Yeah. And you know what? Really, you gotta go out and celebrate. When you go shopping, you gotta put it on. You feel so good about like putting it on and go, listen, you know, there's no room for feeling like, oh, should I? No, you gotta embrace it, because like you need to think about all the work that you went through. One of my biggest posts that I put out was when I was training. I think it was last year. I was training really hard and I was lifting heavy and I was doing a lot of superset. And basically, I went in the shop, okay, and I picked up a sweet, and then the thought ran off about what I've been doing in the gym, and I put the sweet back and I said, "No, it's not worth it." Okay.
I want to still have the sweet.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that when you're going to buy your clothes, okay, and you're thinking that time like, oh, should I or shouldn't I? And it looks nice, and you need to be putting that picture in your head, like, look what you've gone through. You deserve this. Give yourself a pat on the back and take it and go treat yourself.
Yeah, I just look at that couple of picking out like what size shoes they need now, and like when we're in the changing rooms, and I will do it before the new year. I will go close shopping, I promise.
There it is.
And I will go with a positive mindset.
Yeah, like I say, Christine was a beast in the gym yesterday. I'll be honest with you. She really, really works in the gym. And like, especially in new sports outfit as well. I was looking like, wow, Christine is like, yeah, you gotta own that. Christina, well done.
I think there was a lot of frustration that was coming out in that workout. Oh, Mike, we are.
I don't think it's Mike. I think it's all of us. I think it's StreamYard.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to draw this to a close. Mike, we will get you on again when you're somewhere with a better connection and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for hanging in. For those of you listening, I know it hasn't been ideal, but thank you for staying with us. Mike, just tell people where can they contact you? And obviously, like I know I see you face to face. You've got the studio there, just in Birmingham, just near Star City. So nice and easy to get to. But you've also got your online stuff as well. So yeah, just tell us where people can catch up with you.
Yeah, the best place to catch me is at Bodysharp Transformations. So it's Bodysharp_transformation or Bodysharp Mikey Spice. But I am Bodysharp, okay? So anything you tap in where it says body, and I've got to say this now, sharp, which is SHARP, okay? Because I know a few people think it's sharp. Don't put in Bodysharp, or you'll find like salts and things like that. And so, yeah, Bodysharp, like sharp in mind, sharp in body. You'll see everything come up. But saying that, over the Christmas, I've got a new community. I'm in process of setting up a WhatsApp community where I'll be hosting like a free challenge and just giving like some nuggets inside there and giving some value for those people who are thinking about starting on a fitness journey and you know they want to make it part of their lifestyle. It's a great place for you to hang out, and you'll see like videos from me as well. And okay, but I'm saying that I'm just putting it out there now. I am looking for some people that come the beginning of next year to do a 5-day cleanse with me. Okay. I did it with Tony Robbins now, so I'm going to do it again. But, you know, kickstart your body for next year.
Excellent. Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining us. We will get you on again. And everyone else, like I say, thanks for tuning in. We will be back next Thursday, 12 noon, and that will be the last one before the Christmas break. So yeah, make sure you tune in. Thanks everyone. Mike, you've got to give us all a bit of a wave now because we need a screenshot, which I'm supposed to take. Hold on, let me get that set up quick. Kim, I can't see you waving on camera. There we go. Thanks everyone. See you next week. Bye.